I, 36F, have 9-year-old boy/girl twins with my ex, 40M. We were together for 3 years, and when he got me pregnant, he left me to go back to his ex-wife, 39F, who it turns out was still legally his wife. For context, when we met, he told me he was divorced and he had friends who backed him up. He never gave any vibes that would make me think otherwise, and he seemed like a devoted partner, and we had talked about marriage and kids. He told me he wasn't close to his family, but his friends were like his family, and I bought that too. They were around us enough. The truth came out when I was 5 months pregnant. He told me it wasn't working and he wanted us to co-parent instead. I found out within weeks that he was back together with his ex-wife, and they supposedly remarried. But they were never divorced. I don't know if they had broken up and separated over her not having kids, or whether there was a plan to get kids some other way. But she couldn't have kids, and they acted like the twins were going to be theirs. They tried to force me to let her be present at the birth. I found out he was close with his family, and they had no idea he'd been with me. There was a mess with them that I only know a fraction of because I met these people twice. My ex said they'd happily raise the babies together, and I could call once a year, and I said no. I didn't invite him to the hospital to see them being born, but I did notify him via text that the twins were born. I had a lawyer by the time I delivered the twins, so I was working with her to get the best outcome because I knew they'd fight me for custody. I communicated with him only through text and email at first, and for the first year the twins remained with me despite CPS being called, and I know it was them, and them trying to get full custody in court, which the judge rejected. 50-50 custody was established once the twins were one. But it was hell. There was a lot of attempts to make decisions they legally could not make without me, and I had to document that. They called her mommy around the twins, encouraged her to have this special bond with the twins, and even sent videos of her being with the twins and claiming them as hers. They constantly tried to push for more time. A few minutes or hours. I had to be firm and set clear boundaries and point out the custody order. When the twins were 5, after a lot of parental alienation and attempts to take over as the parents, my ex lost custody for a while and was only allowed supervised visits. There was some back and forth regarding that because every time he progressed to every other weekend they would be back to their old ways and trying to influence the kids to call her mommy and attempting to essentially steal the kids from me. By the time the twins were 7, he was back to 50% custody. But the twins' relationship with them was not good. This has been a problem for 2 years now, and he has told me about it via email a few times, but has asked me for help lately. My ex complains that the kids are rejecting them, and especially rejecting his wife. He mentioned how they wanted to sit in on a therapy session with the kids, since I have them in therapy, but the kids said no to his wife being there and how they act like they don't know her and they don't listen to her. I have refused to help him and work with him on this. He sent some strongly worded emails about us needing to work together for the sake of the kids. I admit a part of me is so happy about it after all they put me through and how they tried to take my kids after using me the way I was. I wish my kids didn't have to see them at all. I know all of this might make me TA though because it's about the kids. AITAH.